Hey guys, so this video is going to be how to help you secure your future and make it AI proof so that you will not be so susceptible, vulnerable to uh, getting made redundant by AI, etc. But instead, you know, pivot more to using AI to make your uh, future secure. And I watched this video by Daniel Priestley. It's called Why You Must Become an Entrepreneur. And it's an excellent little video. I will leave a link to this below. And from what I know, I study world sort of strategically political stuff going on and trends, etc. And I agree with this guy. Basically, he says that at the moment, people are getting most of their wages, and this is why you need to pivot to becoming an entrepreneur. If you want a short version of it, I'll give you a short version of it. And so why you need to become an entrepreneur and basically create uh, in four main subjects or topics for the future to future-proof and secure your future against AI. These things that you need to create in the intellectual property. You will need to create intellectual property, so that's whatever videos, books, courses, etc., but all digital. Okay guys, so intellectual property, like music, etc. So the four subjects, topics, whatever you want to call them, that you'll need to create something in one or all of those fields, preferably all, and it's not that hard, guys. Don't freak out and think intellectual property, oh my god, that sounds like lawyers and legal. No, nothing to do with that. All it means is create, for instance, it's a bit cliched now, but create your brand. Your brand is your intellectual property. Okay, so your YouTube channel, like this guy's Daniel Priestley. So that's his brand, Daniel Priestley. Okay, now and then the other one is media, and that's all types of media. Basically social media, for instance. Once again, all the big high tech companies, YouTube, etc. Then there's what's that? Data. Okay, create data, and then there's coding. Okay, now the main thing is, don't freak out when you see, oh, I don't know anything about intellectual property, I don't know anything about media and data and coding. Okay, now so let's summarize so far. Become an entrepreneur. That means create your business. Why? Because this guy here in this video, watch it, it's only 14 minutes. Okay, he said most people now, 60% of their income comes from wages working. Okay, 15% goes to 15% they get from government benefits, and 10% they get from stocks, yield, etc. Okay, and then there's fees, so, for your performances, um, and he says that in the future, because, oh, excuse me, he says in the future, because of AI, and I agree, most people, mostly because of AI, will be made redundant, or not working, be just out outsourced, or just um, gotten rid of because of AI. Okay, and so therefore the government will create a universal basic income. So most people will be on a benefit, mainly because they're all made what do you call it? Unemployed, basically, from AI. Okay, or AI related subjects, abilities. Um, and so they'll need to get the wealth to pay for this universal income from somewhere. So they'll grab it from everywhere. They'll create a wealth tax, which will come from your stocks, etc. However, the beauty of these four things, the individual property, the media, data, coding, all things created from you, by you, um, they are, you can do all these from your laptop. Okay, so they ask for wealth tax, and it's harder for these to be taxed, for the government to tax these. And if they do tax these, say in a certain country or whatever, well, then if your business is basically in a laptop, so you can move, just move somewhere, and your laptop is your business. Okay, so that's why he says in the future, any any wealth tax that's going to need to be created because of this universal basic income, and just basically any all the redundancies from AI and etc. um the government will need to get more money from somewhere, and so they're less likely to be able to tune into any intellectual property, any media, any data projects, any coding projects that you've created. Okay, now, so I'll leave a link for this. Now, guys, you might say, okay, well, I don't know anything about coding or intellectual property and media and data. Okay, don't worry about it. Now, what I've done, I'll show you what I've done. For instance, I went on to Copilot here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll move it up. And I put in this, and to do with my particular um, my particular areas of interest, which is security, cybersecurity, teaching English, etc. Right. So you put in what your interests are. Try and stick to your interests, because you're better. You're if you do what you love, and follow your interests, you're more likely to stick there in the long run. Okay, so I just put in sort of like, I'm going to pivot today because I've been talking to Copilot. This is Copilot. I've been talking to Copilot, and other things I'm created. I told Copilot that I watched this video and give me some skills that, so can you suggest what I can do in these particular four areas, that will help me to stay in the top 10 of 10% of creators, or whatever. Because 10% top, you need to be in the top 10% of with these people, and don't get frightened by 10%. Just create stuff, and um, you know at this stage, don't I think what he means is probably only 10% will be doing this. 10% of the people, everybody else will be either working or on the universal benefit. I'm not sure about that, so watch that. Or even if he talks about the top 10 in any field, it's quite easy. Just do it in your particular fields of interest, and um, and just keep on doing it. And if you're not in the 10%, top 10, you'll still be in these fields, so you'll be less likely to be bothered, by things such as tax, etc. Now, I'll give you an indication. So I'm in the process of, obviously, creating apps and apps, media. I'm going to create ebooks. I'm going to create hopefully courses on Udemy, etc. And don't panic and think that all these things are too hard, because just get onto a AI, like Copilot, or one of your choice. I like Copilot. It's pretty straightforward. Now, guys, I'll show you what I've created with the help of AI already. So I'll show you that, and I have created a app hub. Okay, so, and you don't have to put your apps on Google. You can. I've got some apps that I'm in the process of, you know, getting through the going through the system, getting the okay. And also, guys, I need testers for my apps on Google. So if you're interested in testing my apps that I've got on Google, just let me know about that. But as far as, you don't need apps on Google, okay? You can do what's called a web app, okay? And so here's my my app hub, really, because I'm going to create a lot of apps. And here's a few of them. So I've done one regarding cybersecurity. uh, I've done one regarding cryptocurrency that can help you keep a track of your cryptocurrencies, etc. I've also done a receipt tracker one, which, now, this one here, I've also, you can make them pay. That's a one-off price to get that receipt tracker. But my one on Google is free. And what I do, guys, I especially try and make these available offline. So, like, take the receipt tracker for instance. You don't want to get up on the airplane, and you're not allowed to. You got to turn your phone on to airplane mode, so you're offline. So my receipt tracker is available, like it says there, 30,000 feet. Okay, guys. Now, it didn't take me long to do these, okay? And then, of course, there's YouTube. Just create a YouTube channel and start out by trying to make one video a week, which is what I try to do at the moment. If I can't do that, I don't care. I don't panic, because there are so many other things to do, okay? But like I say, don't get worried, don't panic. Start off by watching this, why you need to become an entrepreneur, and secure yourself, secure your future against being made redundant by AI or whatever. Okay, guys, start creating stuff. And this guy says it's a great little video, because I pretty much agree with everything he says. Now, what's interesting about this video, guys, he goes into the history of what's been happening. So first we had the agricultural revolution, or whatever you want to call it, agricultural age, which was 790, and then we had the industrial age, which was, I don't know when that started, 18 whatever. But he said the problem is our school system is based on the industrial age, okay? So we're not we're not the schools don't teach us to get ready for this, okay? So we're in the digital age, guys, okay? So that's, like I said, get into intellectual property, data, media, and coding. Now, back to, where is it to, if I can just move that. Whoops. Hold on, guys. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to get to behind there. And, hold on. Maybe if we go down. Sorry about this. Okay, I'm just trying to get to the Copilot. Okay. Now, just go back up. The Copilot. Just go on Copilot and tell Copilot what you want to do, and suggest some, say easy things. That's another thing, guys. When you're prompting Copilot, telling Copilot what you want to do with all, regarding intellectual property, media, data, and whatever the fourth thing was there. You know, say you want it to be easily created, and ask Copilot, make sure Copilot can do those things for you, then get creating. And so that's about it, guys. So like I say, use Copilot to make your to become a entrepreneur, and start creating digital stuff. And so your business is basically in a laptop, and you can go anywhere, and you're less likely to be caught up in things like you know uh, the problems with the economics. We won't say less likely to be caught up with government stuff, because that sounds a bit you know uh, rebellious or whatever. So what I would say is, just so you can be more free, okay? So you can be more free to earn income and go anywhere, and do what you want to do. So there you go, guys. Where are we? Create your apps, like my apps there. My app hub there. It's called Apps Aplenty, and now that's all easy too, guys. Just ask go Copilot about that. You don't need. All this was free. Okay. All this was free. I created all this with a website called Netlify. Okay, which basically keeps your website on their site, and it's all free. Okay, they host it all, and it's all free. Okay, so don't panic about that. Yeah, and if you can help me out with helping me to test my apps that I'm trying to get up on Google Play Store. So I've only got Android ones at the moment. It's more complicated. I don't know if you know about creating apps, but it's way more complicated to get apps going on in the Apple Store. Okay, if you've got an Android, get into the make apps on Google Play if you want to go that way. But you can also create web apps. Now with these web apps, guys, I'll just show you. Uh, Once you've created the web app, what you want to do, and also create it on available for mobile and AI, Copilot, ChatGPT, whatever, will show you how to do that too. Well, fairly simple. There's a bit of work you got to do, but it's excuse me, it's all doable. Now, um, once you get this on your mobile, guys, one thing you want to do is uh, you definitely want to tell people that once it's on once they can get on their mobile to put it on their I forget what you call it now, just offhand, where all the other apps are on the front of the screen of the mobile. Yes, which in most cases, when you go, if you put an app on mobile, about here it'll say, do you want to download it onto the front of your mobile screen? And so you should do that, so you don't have to go in, and you can use it. If it's an offline app, you can use it. Just go into and click the little app um, on the front of your mobile screen. Okay. Sorry about that. I forget the name for what they call it now, but there you go, guys. Don't think you're defeated because of AI. I'll leave a link for this. Build your own apps. Go into Copilot or whatever you like best, and ask the AI to help you with doing all this stuff, and just start creating stuff, and try to aim to be free enough to have either passive income coming from all your digital creations, or work, but for yourself and remotely and online. Cheers.